customizing my new Toyota Tacoma Black Rhino wheels already. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. That's right, today I'm going to be customizing my new Toyota Tacoma's Black Rhino wheels. I just got these maybe a week ago or so, but in order to do what I wanted to do, it took about a week to do it. So, if you hadn't seen, I put some BF Goodrich KO2s on my truck, and in the middle, we've got some Black Rhino rotary forged brushed bronze or matte bronze wheels. Now, when I got these, they came or were going to come with a centerpiece that had chrome Black Rhino in them. Now, you may notice or may have noticed, I have a little aversion to chrome. So I thought, I can customize this to make it the way that I want it. In other words, I could black out the Black Rhino lettering that was in the center of the cap. Let me show you. This is when I am done. This is what they look like. This was all chrome right here. All these letters were chrome. Now, to do this, I struggled. I thought about pouring paint in there because how the heck do you do this with a brush? That would look like not good. So what I did is I popped this out on the back. It actually is plastic welded, if you will, or plastic welded on all these tabs. So I broke the welds, pulled off this whole centerpiece, but then I discovered there's another piece here. This part right here is also plastic welded on, and it's so you can have the little inserts in the letters of all things. That's why they did that. There were a lot more welds on this one, and frankly, I didn't want to mess with that, so I ended up brushing it as opposed to spraying it, which is what I originally wanted to do. Full disclosure, of course, when you brush, you get lines and streaks. You can probably see things in here, but in the end, it does give it a more rugged look, I think. So I'm going with it, and at a distance, like so, you're never going to even see how it was done. So that's how I customized them. Now it's time to put them on. Now, they should, hopefully, just push in. They have these little tabs on the back. They're pressure held, if you will, with this little ring. It's kind of a spring, or that's the function of it anyway, so that it stays in the slot. Now, one thing I had noticed, and I had to look this up, they're aligned specifically on the wheel. And what I mean by that is the lettering kind of matches up across here so that it's kind of in line with this lettering here. To be honest, I wish this wasn't here because then I wouldn't have to worry about that. I could just pop them in, no big deal. But if I pop them in sideways or kind of funky looking, they're gonna look funky looking. So I gotta line it up. I doubt it'll be perfect, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, the way they're gonna go, so that they kind of line up with this lettering, is like so. And the Black Rhino badging, if you will, is kind of in between these two bolts, or lug nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and just eye it, put them in again. It could be off a little bit. It's not gonna be crazy off like that, but it probably won't be perfect. But we shall see. Let's go ahead and give it a push. I'm hoping they just gently push in there without having to beat on them too much. But, I don't know. All right, let's see. Yeah, I can tell already they're gonna just push in, I think. Well, maybe. And I don't want to break these tabs. They can be rather fragile, and it is a little chilly out here this morning. So, it might be a little bit more brittle than normal. That wasn't too bad. And that's it. That's the way they're going to look. Let's go do the next one. There you go. And they don't turn once you get them in, so you kind of get one shot. To get them back off, you got to pull the wheel or the tire off, and I'm not doing that. We got them all done. They did just push right in. I didn't need like a rubber mallet or anything. I just did it just pushing them. They kind of snap in and you're golden. So let's take a look. And I know they're a little turned, but that's of course because I wanted to line them up with the lettering at the top where it says rotary forged. That's what they look like. I think they look pretty good. Gets rid of the chrome. I don't know why Black Rhino doesn't offer a black version. Maybe they do. But of course they want their name to stand out as much as possible. So I guess I get why they put chrome in there. So you get that beaming Black Rhino lettering. But I like them. I think they are awesome. These are 16-inch wheels. Again, they're wrapped with a 265/75 R16 tire. So I think it's a great setup for the Tacoma without having to do any kind of a lift. I don't have any lift on this truck. And again, those are the biggest tires that you can put on without having any rubbing issues. So what do they look like as compared to the stockers sitting right over here? These are for sale, by the way. Let's wheel one around here. I'm just curious myself, size-wise and all that. They should be about an inch or so taller. Looks like they might be taller than that. See if I can get this thing lined up so we can get a good view. There you go. I'd say that's, maybe an inch, maybe depending on camera angle. Of course, that makes it look like it's 2 inches. But I'd say they're probably a little over an inch, it looks like to me, as compared to the stock setup. Nothing wrong with these. I do like these, but I just wanted something a little bit different, I guess, to kind of set the truck off a little bit. And I certainly think that having the brushed bronze on there does that. I do really like the way they look on the truck. I think they go really well with the magnetic gray metallic. And for me, this was kind of a departure. I've never done any kind of a colored wheel before other than, I guess, black. I've done black wheels on every vehicle I've had. So it opens up a whole new frontier for me. Something new to try going forward, potentially on other things in the future, like maybe the Tundra sitting out there. Wouldn't that look cool with red wheels? That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, that's what they look like. I think they turned out pretty good. I am trying the BF Goodrich KO2s. This is the first time I've ever had them. I will say, and I mentioned this in a previous video if you saw it, but the ride quality seems to be just a little bit firmer, but nothing horrible. I am going to do a measurement. I want to see just how much of a lift, if you will, I got by putting taller tires on. It's supposed to be 1 point some odd inches. I'm not exactly sure myself, but I will say it certainly does change the look of the truck. I'm not sure that a lift is really even necessary for what I'm trying to do with this truck anyway. Still towing with probably like a 2.1, something like that. Definitely not going to go with a 3.2, not this time around. And I'm not even sure what sort of a lift I would get. I might just do shocks in the front, something adjustable that I could pop the front up just a little bit, because I'm sure the front is probably a hair lower. We should still have the factory rake. I mean, I didn't do any kind of lift, so, and it does look to me like the rear might be still a little bit higher, but I gotta say, it looks almost level sitting in here in the garage, so it might not be enough that it's worth doing anything with. We'll have to see. That'll be an upcoming video. We'll do a measurement, a before and after. And in case you're curious, the befores, the front was 34.5 inches or 34.5 inches, and the rear was 36 inches. So about an inch and a half difference, something like that before. So we'll see how much of a difference this made. The garage is level, by the way. I have checked that. So the way that you see the truck sitting right now is indeed level as far as the floor goes. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you like them? Do you not like them? What about my little customized touch on the wheels? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. And RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.